Hey. Hello, everyone. My name is Srinivas Sangara, and I have a question to ask you. Did you know that Snowflake released an extension for Visual Studio Code? If you're not, that's okay. They just did this about a week ago. So, what is the big deal? I have two reasons for you. One, it's a nice graphical user interface to write all your SQL applications. Now you have a tool that integrates with GitHub. That I think is a big deal. Now you have a single tool where you can develop all your applications and commit to changes directly into GitHub. Or if you use any other source code management tools. So if you like what you're saying, I really appreciate you clicking the like button. And all right, folks, let's go ahead and take a look. So here we are, folks, inside my Visual Studio. And the first step is to install the Snowflake extension. So I'm going to go here into extensions, search for Snowflake, and I'll pick the official version. The official version is a blue check mark. So I'm going to select this. Make sure you're selecting the official version. In these Twitter days, blue check marks indicate that this is the official version. In my case, I already installed the extension, so I don't see an install button. But if this is the first time you're installing the extension, you will see an install button. Go ahead and click it. It's not going to ask you any complicated questions. Actually, no questions at all. It'll just install it silently, and it just takes about 10 seconds to install. All right, I'm going to close this and close my extensions tab. Now, once the extension is installed, you will see an icon that will say Snowflake. So let's go ahead and click it. Next step is to give our account details. Now, account ID is different from your user ID. The first step is to give your account ID. So I'm going to give my account ID. My account ID is FN15059, and the region is Canada Central in Amazon Web Services. And this format is very important. So you have an account ID, a dot, and the region. Once you plug it in, click Continue. Next, type in your user ID. So this is where we type in the user ID and password. All right. It takes a little time to log in. All right, we're almost there. Come on. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're in. So this is it, folks. This is about installing the Snowflake extension and log into your Snowflake account. Now, once we're logged in, we can take a look at a few things. One, we can select a database. Here I'm selecting the sample database. You can pick a schema and a warehouse to run your queries. All right, I'm going to minimize this. In addition, you get two additional tabs, a database explorer and a query history. Database explorer will give you all the database, and you can explore all the different objects within that database. So we're looking at a schema, tables. There are 8 tables in the schema. So we pick we can pick any one of these tables. All right, I'm going to close this. And query history is history for all the queries that you ran. So that's another nice view to have. All right, so going into the editor, I think the editor is pretty cool. Nicely color coded. It's got IntelliSense. And to execute an SQL command, there are 2 ways. One is you can click on the execute button. This will execute your query. So you can see the results. There we go. It's a very simple query with very sample data in it, nothing complicated. And also you can see the query details. Warehouse is compute warehouse. And it just took about 48 milliseconds to execute. Most likely it came from the cache. All right. Excuse me. So this is it, folks. It's nice. What I really like about this tool is integration with GitHub. So I'm going to close the sidebar. And what I want to show you is integration with GitHub. So I'm just going to make a small change here. So when I make a small change, you can see that this is a change. And if I add a line, you will see a green. And if I delete something, you'll see something in red. So that's really nice. And I'll just go ahead and save this file, and look up on my GitHub. Now I can see, like, I can create a stage. I can stage my changes. And once the changes are staged, I can actually look at the changes that I've made. So you can see, like, you can look at this part where, like, this is a change I made. And next, once I'm happy with my changes, I can just go ahead and commit my changes. So I'll just go ahead and commit and push my changes. I'm just going to say some changes. So my changes are committed, and on the branch, I have a branch in GitHub, and it's committed to this branch in GitHub. So,
Well, that's it, folks. If you like what you're seeing, please click the like button. Thank you, and you guys have a wonderful day.